data, the human resource records by the organization, and the data warehouse of the organization. So these are the 5 internal sources of information in an organization. In the external, we have market research reports, financial statement of competitors, government publications, data from suppliers, and social media / other internet news. So these are the areas where organizations store out information. Do you get this? Is that coming up?
Just little changes, sir.
Okay, is it a problem? Is the sound improving?
No, sir, it's still the same.
Let me disconnect and connect again.
All right, sir.
Okay, can you hear me now? How is the sound
Yes,
now?
sir. It's perfect now. It's perfect.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we just look at the internal and external source of information to an organization. From the accounting records, production record, customers data, human resource records, data warehouse. And the external source, we have the market research, the financial report of competitors, the government publications, data from suppliers, social media, and internet news. So these are the areas where organizations obtain information. So now, if this is clear, we are going to move to the next. What we'll be discussing now is the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet, also known as the Excel, the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet. So now we look at the definition of this spreadsheet. What does this spreadsheet mean? What is spreadsheet? What is spreadsheet? So we said spreadsheet is an electronic document that organizes data into rows and columns, enabling users to perform calculations, analysis. You can use Excel to carry out calculations and also carry out analysis and to also store data storage. So this is Excel. Spreadsheet is an electronic document that organizes data into rows and columns. Just like what you can see on the screen that you can see now, it is Excel we are using. This is what we call the spreadsheet. So you see it is organized into rows. These are the rows. This is row, and then this is column. So if you look at the entire spreadsheet, it is organized into these columns, and then rows. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Good. So this is what Excel or spreadsheet is all about. This is spreadsheet. Excel, if you're asked to define spreadsheet or Excel, it is this definition you will give. Spreadsheet is an electronic, document that organizes data into rows and columns. And it also it enables the user to perform calculations. It has formulas. So these formulas will allow you to carry out calculations on this spreadsheet. And you can also carry out analysis, and you can also store data. You can store information on this Excel sheet. Just like this work that we are doing now. After this, I will save this, and I can also share it with you. So if you look at here, you can carry out additions using this sum, average. So you can use this to carry out some simple calculation. And it also has formula. You use formula. When you enter your data according to the row and column, you can use formula. The Excel has formula. Use the formula to carry out your calculation. And it can also use to carry out analysis, to analyze your data. Even in a graphical form, you can use it to carry out graphic analysis. The spreadsheet has all these features. So if you look at it, the rows are numbered in 1, 2, 3, like that. And then the column is A, B, C. They are numbered or lettered A, B, C continuously like that. So this is spreadsheet. So now the futures, how does it look? The future. So if looking at what we are using now, the screen that you can see now, we say it's a spreadsheet. So from the view of what you can see now, the futures there, those are the futures of the spreadsheet. One, we said future. Features of spreadsheet. The future of spreadsheet. One, so features of spreadsheet. One, we said the grid layouts. So you see the grid layouts are this line, these rows and columns. They are the grid layout, the lines and columns, the rows and the rows in numbers, the columns in letters. And then this grid, one is data is organized into rows and columns. Rows and columns, and that is the cell. It is the cells. This is the cells. Can you see the screen? So if you look
Yes,
at
sir.
D, if you look at D, 94D, where my cursor is, it's called cell. This is what we call cell. This is cell. Then 2, each of these cells, each cell can hold text, numbers, depending on what you input or you want to input. It can hold text, it can hold numbers. If you look at it now, what I'm doing is I'm inputting text. So they're holding text. And then when we input number, just like 45,000 for instance, 50. So these are numbers. The cells and columns will hold it for you. So this is what the number 2 is saying. It's saying each cells can hold either text or number. Or formulas. We can use formula. So each of these cells can hold any of these from the text, the numbers, or formula, depending on what you are working on the Excel. Sorry, please. I forgot. Still grid layout. Okay. Let me increase the font size. Sorry. So that it will be visible. Good. So this is it. The grid line is the grid layout is one of the future. And under this grid layout, this is what you find. You find the data organized in rows and columns. And then you'll find each of these cells. Each of the cells can hold text or number, text, number, or formula. So one of the future is the grid line. Then number 2, the second future. The second future is the formulas function. The formula function, it has formula where you carry out calculation. It has the formulas and function. That is another feature of the Excel. It has formula and functions. And then under this, you can perform calculations under the formulas. You can perform calculations. You can perform calculations under this using the formulas. Say using formulas. Like this is the example of the formula. You know, when you are using formula in Excel, you start with equal to. This is an example of a formula. Example of a formula. You start with equal to. Then you look at the rows and column of what you want to calculate. If you want to add, for instance, let's say numbers in column A, 89, and then numbers in column F, column F, 5. You want to add these two numbers. If you want to add these two numbers and you want to use the Excel formula, when you come here, you put equal to. Then you now look at the row and column where the numbers appear. We have E98. This is the column E, the row 98. So if you enter E98 plus F98, F98, if you press enter, it will sum up the two numbers for you. So this is how the formula works. So now you have 89 plus 56, you have 145. So the formula, you start with the equal to, just an example here. If it is A1, depending on where your numbers are, if it is A1, you put A1 plus A2. Or B1, depending on how you input your number. So if you carry out this, the formula will carry out the automatic calculation and give you the answer, the required answer. So the second thing that you can do under this future, under the formulas and functions, there's what we call conditional formatting. Conditional format. Sorry, not here yet. Good. Built-in, before the built-in functions. Well, formulas. So we have the built-in functions. The built-in functions, example, is the sum. If you look at it here from the home, you'll see auto sum here. There's built-in functions, carry out additions and other calculations. You have the sum, comma. You can also determine the average. And then you can also carry out if analysis and then the V lookup, etc. So all these are found under this built-in. They are formulas. They are found under this. They are found under formulas and functions. They are built-in. They are built with the system. They are embedded in the spreadsheet system. So you can use them to carry out this task. Sorry, this is not sum. It's sum. Sum up. To add. Sum up. Then the third field is data formatting. Sorry, let me make good for easy understanding. Let's make little adjustment here. The futures, let this be 1. The grid layout, Then let this, the formula and functions be 2. Then let this data be 3. Good. So these are the futures. Then this is the third one, the data formatting. The data formatting. The data formatting. So under the data formatting, this is what you will be doing. Under the data formatting, you can have customized text. You can customize your text. You can have customized text. Customized text. Under the same data formatting, you can have numbers. Under the same data formatting, you can have dates. You can have dates. You want to write dates, you can have dates. It falls under the data formatting. And then also currency. Currency. This falls under the data formatting. You can customize your text, input numbers, dates. You can input dates, and then also currency. For example, you can come here. If you are dealing with Naira, you want to enter Naira, see it here. Look at it. We want to use Naira sign. We have it. You come here, go to your insert, come to symbol, come to Naira sign. This is it. Close. So you have your Naira sign. This is data formatting. Example. So now look at it. The second, number 2, under this data formatting is the conditional formatting. The conditional formatting. The conditional formatting, highlighting making highlights. You highlight cells. This will give you room to highlight cells based on criteria. Based on criteria, you can highlight cells. Based on criteria. Then another of the future, number 4, that is the fourth of the future of this Excel, is the chart and graph. You have the charts and graphs. You can use Excel to bring out these charts and graphs. If you come here, from here, you see, these are charts. These are charts and graphs. These are graphs. So you can use them. They are part of the features of the Excel. They are there in the Excel. So under this chart and graph, we have visualize data using pie chart. You can use pie charts. You can use bar graphs. You can use line graphs, etc. So look at it now. If you come here inside, If it is pie chart you want to create, look at it here. You choose. But first of all, you enter your information in your rows and your columns. Let me give you an example. For example, you have 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. And then in 2020, we have 56. 2021, we have 47. 2022, we have 76. 2023, we have 59. So look at it. It will give you a pie chart. This is an example of a pie chart. Do you get it?
No, sir.
Huh? Hello?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so look at it. If you want to, if it is a pie you want to control, first of all, you will enter your information based on your role and column. These are the rows. This is the row. You see it? Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Good. From 2020 to 2023. Then this is the column. This is the column. So now we have row and column. If it is pie chart you want to create, you highlight your rows and columns based on your imputed data. Then you come to insert. Insert. If you come to insert, then you come, look at this. You see a sign of pie chart here. You click, then you select. This is pie chart. Select it. Then this is it. Do you get it now? Hello? Hello, class? I hope this network is not. Hello?
Yes, we lost you for a while.
Wow. But do you get the idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that one is just to give you an idea. It's just to give you an idea of how to use Excel to create a pie chart. Okay. So now we will continue. Then, so you see the pie chart, you can see it. That is the visualize. So this one is saying chart and graph is one of the future of spreadsheet. So you can use it to visualize the data. These are the data we imputed. So through that pie chart, we can use it to visualize this data. Each year will be represented by this percentage from 56%, 56, 47, 17, 76, and 59. So the next is data sorting and filtering. You can use Excel to carry out data sorting and filtering. That is number 5 item. Data sorting and filtering. So you can use Excel to sort data and to also filter data. So number 1 under this, you sort data alphabetically. or numerically. Then two, you can also, under this function, that is the data and sorting, you can, the sorting and filtering. Under this, you can also filter data to view specific information. So Excel also has this feature. In this feature, you can use it to sort data, and you can also use this feature to filter data. So look at it. If you want to filter, we have filter, and through this filter, you can use it to sort the data either alphabetically or numerically. Depends on how you want to arrange your data. So if you come here, can you see, you see sort and filter here. Can you see this AZ? Can you see the screen? Look at where
Yes,
my cursor is. Look at where my cursor is. So in this place, you can filter and also sort your data. If, for example, let's say you have AD, AC, DE, FD, CD, MG. So now if you want to sort this, you can sort it alphabetically. If you come here, you highlight it. When you highlight, you go back to the filter. It will, you see, now sorting. Are you sorting it A to Z or Z to A? If it is A to Z, we said A to Z. Look at it. It has changed the arrangement. A, C, A, D, C, D, D, E, F, G. This is sorting. Do you get this?
yes, sir.
And this is sorting. So this is how you sort using this. So these are just, by the way, to just give you an understanding of what we are saying. So now the next thing, we said we use the same filter data to view specific information. When you highlight the data, then you can filter using the same sort and filter icon. Then this is filter. You click on the filter. So now number 6. The number 6 item. The number 6 feature of this spreadsheet is data validation. It can validate your data, the spreadsheet. One of the feature, data validation. Data validation. So now let's see it. How we can use this spreadsheet to validate data. It says control the type of data entered. So you control the type of data you entered into the spreadsheet. E.g., using this, e.g., drop down. Drop down list number limits. Number limits. Then pivot table. The Excel sheet has pivot table, and you can use it to carry out these tasks. If you look at it here, look at this side, you see the pivot table here. This is the pivot table. Look at where my cursor is. Up here, under file, you see a pivot table. So now, all these are features of Excel. If you look at it, it can all be found on this very Excel sheet. Then we have cell number 7. Let's take it to 7. Cell referencing. You have cell referencing. Cell referencing. Under the cell referencing, you use relative. Or absolute. Relative or absolute. Or mix. Reference. So you can also carry out these references using Excel formulas, automation. So all these VLOOK, lookup that we're talking about, they are all part of this referencing. You can use it to carry out automation, and these macros. Macros mostly is used for the automation. You can use it to create an Excel sheet. Are we together? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So any question on this Excel?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. So any question? Based on what we have done so far, any question? From the definition of Excel to the features of Excel to the source of both internal and external information in an organization? If none, do you have any? If none, what do we use Excel for? We see what Excel is, and we see the future of Excel. So what do we use Excel for? Can anyone help us? What can you use Excel for? Hello, class.
Sir, we can hear you.
What about now? Can you hear me now? I said use
We're
it.
barely hearing you, sir.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. I said the uses of Excel. Can anyone tell us any use of Excel that you know? What do we use Excel for? Can
Sir,
anyone
please
tell us?
come again. Please come again, sir. It's breaking and coming back. Breaking.
Okay, I said, can anyone give us one sheet? Use of spreadsheets. Can anyone give us one use of it? What do we use it for? Can you recall any that you know?
The use
I
of
can't hear.
spreadsheet.
Yes. So you can use it to create budgets. You can use it for financial planning.
We can use it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Excel,
Yes.
we can use it for calculations and numbering,
Yes.
and also for information, maybe tracking of information,
Yes, you can use it for tracking. Yes, you can use it to track your income and your expenses. It's part of the financial planning and the budgeting. Yes, and you
and also for analysis.
analysis. Yes, you can use it for data analysis. So these are some of the uses. Good. So you can use it for data analysis. Yes, you can use Excel for data analysis. You can also use Excel for inventory management. That is stock control for inventory management. You can also use spreadsheet. You can also use Excel for project management. Project management. You can also use Excel, the spreadsheet, for reporting, as you have said earlier, for reporting. Yes. You can also use Excel for record keeping. You can use it for record keeping. You can create a cash book with Excel and be using it to be keeping records. You can also use Excel to schedule meetings, timetable. You can use it to schedule meetings, timetable. Timetables, yes. You can use it for academic use, academic purposes, academic use. How do you use the Excel for academic use? In what area? We say in grading, calculating grades. You use Excel to calculate student grades. You can also use it to analyze student performance. So we can use Excel for audit. You can use it for business projection. You say business forecasting or business projection. You can use Excel for that. So these are some of the uses. These are some of the uses of Excel. The spreadsheet. Is that clear? Do we get this? The uses of Excel?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next thing we'll be looking at now is the big data and data analytics. Big data and data analytics. That's what we'll be looking at now. We are done with Excel. So now we are going to look at big data and data analytics. So now, what is big data? What is big data? That is what we are going to look at. What is big data? What is big data? We said big data. What is big data? So let's start by defining big data. So here we have big data refers to massive, complex data that are difficult to manage. So this is big data that are difficult to manage and analyze using traditional methods. So this is big data. Big data refers to massive, complex data sets that are difficult to manage and analyze using traditional method. So it will be very difficult for you to use traditional method, to use manual to manage or analyze big data because it is massive and complex. So the manual method cannot work. So that is what big data is. Massive complex data sets that are difficult to manage and analyze using traditional methods. And these data, they come in different range. They come in different range. It is a wide range of data type, which includes structured, unstructured data, and semi-structured data. So this is the definition of big data. Massive complex data sets that are difficult to manage and analyze using traditional method. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hear you, sir.
Okay. So now, the next
So we can't hear you again. Hello, sir.
hello, can you hear me?
No, your voice has gone off.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I said the next thing we are going to look at is the attributes of big data. You say attribute or characteristics of big data. That is when we are we have four characteristics or attributes of big data. So these attributes will have to be present for it to be referred to as big data. One, volume. Big data has volume. This volume has to do with quantity, the quantum. So for a data to be referred to as data, it must have volume. Volume. Then velocity. Velocity is speed. Velocity. This refers to the frequency or the speed at which the data is generated. So this is it. Number two is velocity, the speed at which the data is generated. Then number three is the variety. This is one of the attributes, variety. The variety. This variety shows the diversity of this data. They come from different angles, from different points, different source. That is the variety. Then the fourth one is the veracity. The veracity. Veracity. The veracity. So this one now has to do with the data being verifiable. Can it be verified? The data being complete, consistent, and accurate. So you can be able, according to the veracity is commonly classified as good or bad. You'll be able to say if this is good data, a bad data, or an unstructured data. So it is the veracity that will help to detect if it is a good, a bad, or an unstructured data. Do you get this? So these are the characteristics or attributes of big data. Do you get this? Hello?
No, sir. Didn't get you.
The characteristics of big data. For a data to be classified as a big data, I hope you can hear me clearly.
Sir.
Okay, for a data to be classified as big data, these are the characteristics or attributes that it must have to become a big data. One, volume. And this volume signifies quantum, the quantity of the data. It has to be massive. It has to be large for it to be big data. The velocity. This velocity simply means the speed at which the data is generated. The speed at which the data is generated. The data is coming all the time, constantly. Then the variety. The data is coming from different points, from various angles, both structured and unstructured data. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir. So what do you mean by traditional methods?
Okay, traditional method. We are coming to it. I think we have it. Traditional method is okay. Let me give it. Let me tell you. Let me give you the.
Sorry, sir, we lost you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
You're still a bit faint.
What about now?
Yes, sir, I can hear you now.
Okay, that is good. That is good. So now, said the traditional method, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Traditional method of data is the structured data that is easy. This one is easy. If you look at this one, we say massive, complex. But this one is just the easy one that you can organize easily, store, and consequently maintain. So these are the ones that most organizations maintain. The easiest data that can be organized, stored, and maintained organizations. They are not as complex as these ones that the big data handle. For example, the traditional method now could be the simple day-to-day office activities that is being carried out. Not a massive one, not having the type of volume that the big data have. And at the rate of which this data is generated is not at the speed at which the big data is being generated. This one will take time before data will come in. Okay, for example, a business, a normal store business that sells goods and services, and they have their own system. You come in, you buy the record, and they issue you with your product. They give you receipt, or they generate receipt from their system if it is automated and give you. So you see, the way they will be generating their data will not be the same with a company like Amazon. Amazon generates large data all around the world. So the speed at which Amazon will be generating data, there is no way it will be the same with a local departmental store that only operates on site. Do you get it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. So that is one of the different. So that is the traditional method. Those simple and easy data management, storage, and maintenance that we carry out on regularly is the traditional. So is that okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You are welcome. So now the next thing we'll be looking at, we're still within this, is we look at the veracity of the data. So now the real life application of big data, the real life, where and how do we apply big data? So the real life application of big data, let's run through it and see. It will also give you some clarity on what we just explained, all the traditional and this big data. So now the real life application of big data. So one, these are the real life applications, the areas where we apply this big data on our daily life. One, customer relationship. One, in the area of customer relationship, apply the big data. Relationship management. Initiative. So in the area of customers management relationship, you record the details and information of your customers. Then the market research, in the area of market research, you apply this big data in the area of market research. Conduct a market research. Then product design, in the area of product design. For sales forecast. in sales forecast. Five, human capital management. Then the sixth one is the audit activity. So these are some of the areas of applications of this big data. Customer relationship management. Look, in the area of customer relationship management, we apply the big data to know your customer base, to know your customer tastes, and the market research. Conducting a market research, you use the big data, the information stores, you use them to carry out a market research. Know what is needed in the market most and how the market behave or operates. Then product design. Use this big data to come up with a product design that the customers need. You are not, when you are into production, you are producing for customers. So you have to design it in a way that the customers will like it or accept it. Then sales forecast. Use the big data to be able to carry out sales forecast. You will know your peak periods, at which period you sell the most, and at which period you sell the least. Is it during festive periods? At what time of the year does those festive periods come? So this will help you. Then the human capital management. That is the development of the human capital. You will know which area needs more attention, which area or staffs needs training. Then the same thing with audit activities. The same thing with audit activities, you carry out the audit activities, you carry it based on the record check. You look at it, you analyze it, then you look at it, analyze it, and see if it represents what it says it's representing. So these are the areas of the real of the big data. Then if you are the tools of analysis, the tools that you can use out analysis, effective tools for big data analytics. So this is it. The tools you use, the effective tools. One, the Microsoft, which is the spreadsheet we talk about now. You can use it for this purpose. It is the tools that you can use for data analysis. Then two, you can use query language. Structural query language. Structural query language, which is also known as the SLQ. SQL. Structural query language. You have the quick view. So all these are tools you use to carry out analysis. They are tools for analysis. quick view, you have the rapid miner. Rapid miner used for mining information, data mining. Then we have the idea, the ID, number 5. And then the ACL. So all these are tools, just like the Microsoft Excel, just like the spreadsheet. So all these are tools you use in carrying out data analysis. They are tools that you use in carrying out data analysis.
Please, I have a question. Can I go ahead?
Go ahead.
Okay, please. This first tool for big data analytics, you just put them Microsoft. Microsoft is just a company. You've not told us which particular tool of theirs or which particular
Sorry.
soft.
Yes. Sorry. If you hear, I have been saying the spreadsheet we talk about is the Excel. Is the Excel. The Excel that we explained the other time. Is the Excel. It's Microsoft Excel. Sorry. Thank you for that. It's Microsoft Excel. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Then please, this 5 and 6, this idea and the ACL, please, can you give us the full meaning?
Okay. For data analysis. The idea let me type it here. The full meaning is sorry. Okay. Exploratory data analysis. Then the ACL. Which is for our profession. Language. So these are the full meaning of this. One, the idea is exploratory data analysis. Then the ACL is audit command language. It is also an analytic tool. Mostly it is used for fraud detection, to detect fraud and risk management for the ACL. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, class?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, so is that okay? Okay. So these are the examples of the big data. Examples of the big data. Let me do examples of the big data. Examples of big data. So these are examples of big data sources where you get big data. Where you get big data. So these are the examples of big data sources. One is the social media. Engagements happen in the social media at a high frequency. So it is one of the sources of the big data from Facebook, Twitter, to Instagram. So these are the source of big data because of the engagement that is taking place there. Millions of data, billions generated. And the next one is the sensor data. The sensor data, IoT devices. And these are for weather sensors, weather forecasting. These are weather sensors. They are also source of big data. They are also source of big data. Then the e-commerce platform. The e-commerce platform is also a source of big data. E-commerce transactions. Example, they give us the Amazon, the eBay. So all these are source of big data, Then financial data. Financial data. Example, the stock market, the banking. These record thousands transactions within the shortest possible time. So these are source of data. Then fifth one, we have scientific data, which includes genomics, astrophysics, so these are examples of the source of big data. So you get big data from these sources. These are examples of big data. This source from the social media, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, from sensors data, IoT devices, that is weather sensors used for weather forecasting, weather projection, and the e-commerce transaction. Example is Amazon transaction online where buy and selling take place online. Then the financial data coming from the stock market and the banking. So all these are source of big data. So any information on this? Sorry, any question? Hello?
For me, no, sir.
Okay. But is that clear? Do you
Yes, sir.
understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is good. Okay, so now after looking at the source of big data, let's look at the big data pyramids. Big data pyramid. Big data pyramid. Let's see. Big data pyramid and its purpose. The purpose of this pyramid, the big data pyramid and its purpose. Excuse me. Sorry, please. Okay. So now the big data pyramids, that is what we are going to look at. It comes from the data, the information, the knowledge, and the wisdom. These are the pyramids. So now let's look at it from the data. And we say this, the base, at the base, sorry, at the base of the big data lies data in its raw and unprocessed form. Then the purpose of this, the purpose of this purpose the primary goal at this stage is data collection. That is what happened at this stage. Data collection. Collection of data. Yes. This way. So that is the purpose. At the bottom of the pyramid is the data. And this data, their unprocessed data, their unprocessed raw facts. We say they are raw facts that are unprocessed. So these are the data. And the purpose of this, the primary goal at this stage is collection of data. Then the second one, followed by, I will try to create the pyramid. Then the next one is information. Data are collected, they are transformed into information. So the next thing is information. That is the next level in the pyramid. This emerges when raw data is organized or processed. It's organized, categorized, and contextualized. Contextualized. So that is when it is processed. When this emerges, when raw data is organized, categorized, and contextualized. That is when it is processed. Then the purpose of this purpose, why processing information? The purpose is to transform the purpose is to transform raw data into information. Transform data into a more comprehensive form. That is the purpose, to transform data into comprehensive form. Three is the knowledge. The knowledge. The knowledge. At this knowledge, the results, the information obtained now, the results of deeper analysis and interpretation of the information. This the result of deeper analysis and interpretation of the information layer. Stop here. So this involves the application of knowledge. At this level is the application of knowledge. This involves applying analytical models. So at this stage is applying the analytical models. So the algorithm and domain expertise to uncover insights. To uncover insight and provide meaningful, this way, meaningful context to the data. Then the purpose of this, the purpose of knowledge is to generate actionable insights that organizations can use to inform strategies and improve process. Then the last one on the pyramids, we have the wisdom and intelligence. The number 4 is the wisdom or intelligence. So this lies at the top of the pyramids. At the top of the pyramid is intelligence. Intelligence is driven. It's intelligent. Intelligence is driven when knowledge is applied with foresight. Okay, foresight and strategic intent. Let me include it as strategic intent. Not strategic intent. Then purpose. Purpose the purpose this serves this let's have this serves as the foundation of making informed decision. Decisions. Okay. So now let's look at this. Let me see if I can. Let's see. I want to see if I can. So this is how the pyramid is. This is the shape of the pyramid.
Sorry, sir, we can't see anything.
You can't see the screen.
No, sir.
No, we're still right.
Hello? You said? Hello?
I said writing from where you push stop.
Okay. Okay. Can you see what I've just drawn now?
Yes, sir, it's better. Thank you.
Okay. So now I just want to give you the pyramid. At the top of the pyramid here, we have the wisdom. Wisdom. Then at this stage, after the wisdom, we have the knowledge. Knowledge. After the knowledge, we have the information. This is how it appears, the information. Then the data is at the bottom. It is the data that is last. So at the bottom, we have the data. Okay, this is how it looks. This is how it looks. At the topmost is the wisdom, followed by the knowledge, the information, and the data. So this is the pyramid. This is the pyramid. So now look at it. This is the big data pyramid. So now, from the explanation here, we start from the data, which is at best. Please can you hear me clearly?
Very
Hello,
clearly,
class.
but
Am I audible? Yeah?
I'm hearing you, sir, but not too clearly.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so now at the base is the big data. At the base is the big data. This big data is the raw fact, the unprocessed form. That is the data at its raw form. That is the big data. Then the purpose for this at that stage is the primary goal at this stage is the collection of data. So if you look at it at the bottom here is the data. And this data is an unprocessed fact. So the purpose of this at this stage now is the collection of data. So what happened at this stage is the collection of this data. Then when this data is collected, it moves to the next stage, which is the information stage. So here we have but to information, this emerges where data is organized, categorized, and contextualized. So at this stage now, the data has been processed into a meaningful form. It has been processed into meaningful form. So it has now become information. So that is at the stage of the information. So, and the purpose for this now is to transform the data into more comprehensive form. That is now changing the data into information. The information now that can be used. So the next stage is the knowledge. At this knowledge level now, the knowledge level, the result of the deep analysis and interpretation of the information layer That's the information that is received now at the knowledge level now. The deeper analysis and the interpretation, the better understanding of this information now at this stage. Then it involves applying analytical models and algorithms. So now it is the knowledge now, the application of this information, putting the information into use. And the purpose of this knowledge area is to generate actionable insights that organizations use to inform strategies and improve process. So this is the purpose of this knowledge area, is to generate actionable insight that organizations can use to inform strategies and improve process. So it helps them in their strategic plans, and it also helps the organization to improve its process. And it is information that will give you that knowledge. If you don't have the information, you will not have the knowledge. Then the last one, which is the one at the most top, is the wisdom. The wisdom. So wisdom or intelligence. You can either the wisdom or intelligence. That's at the top. At the top of the pyramid is intelligence. Intelligence is driven with when knowledge is applied. So you see now, intelligence or wisdom is the application of the knowledge. Get the information provide you with knowledge, then now you apply the knowledge. So applying the knowledge now is wisdom. You apply it with foresight and strategic intent. And the purpose of this is to serve as the foundation of making informed decisions. It will serve as the foundation. That is the purpose of the wisdom. It will serve as the foundation of making informed decisions. So that is the pyramid. Yes. Hello, class, any question? Is this clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
When you look at the first in the data pyramid, you look at the first stages in the data, the information, the knowledge, and wisdom. So now the purpose of big data pyramid. Why big data pyramid? Let's see the purpose. The purpose now of big data pyramid. Purpose of big data pyramids. One, okay, one of the purpose, data utilization, guiding data utilization. One of the purpose of the big data pyramid, the utilization of the data. The pyramid provides a structured approach to understanding how data to be utilized. So it guides you on how to utilize data. So this provides structured approach to understanding how data should be utilized. That is one of the purpose of the big data, to guide you to understanding on how to utilize data. Then two, is enhancing decision making. So another purpose of this big data, by emphasizing the transformation of data intelligence, the pyramid promotes evidence-based decision making. This ensures that decisions are backed by reliable and meaningful insights. So one of the purpose of the big data pyramid is for enhanced decision making. It provides you with enough data and information that will help you in making decisions. Then the third one is alignment. Aligning business strategies. The big data will help you to align business strategies. Connect business strategy. How did it do that? The with business objectives. So the data practice will align with your business objectives so that at the end of the day, you will achieve the objectives of your business. Take advantage of the data and achieve your business objectives. By defining layer, each layer, you define the purpose. What is the purpose of each layer? That will help you in aligning business strategies, data collection, storage, analysis that contribute directly to the organization from the data, the information, the knowledge, and the wisdom. Bring them together to make sure that it contributes directly to the organization goal. Then 4, supporting scalability. Supporting scalability. Supporting scalability. As organization grow, when we say expanding, the business is expanding, increasing in size. So as organization grow and their data is scalable model for managing increasing volumes and complexity. So it supports scalability. When the business is growing, it is big data pyramid that offers scalable model for managing increasing volumes and complexity. Then number 5, fostering innovation. It fosters innovation. Fostering innovation. The insight you gain from the top, applying the wisdom now, the insight you gain from the top level of the pyramid, fuel innovation. The data generated, transferred to information, knowledge. Then now, the top layer, the pyramid now. Then you know.
I just want to take it out of the same.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
One new. Cannot continue like this.
Stopper, please mute your screen.
Huh? Hello?
I think it was a mistake from my end, sir.
Okay, but you can hear me, right?
Yes, but still cracking.
I don't know. Is the network? I'm sorry about that, please. I'm sorry about that. It fosters innovation. The wisdom layer at the pyramid brings about innovation. When you have enough information to innovate, will be easier. You have enough information, you have enough data, you have enough facts, you have the knowledge. Now you apply the wisdom that will transform your business. So that is it about the purpose of the big data. Any question? Any question about this? From what we've looked at so far, any question? If no question, let me give you the types of data analytics. So these are the types of data analytics. One is the descriptive analytics. The descriptive analytics. Then the diagnostic analytics. Diagnostic analytics. Then predictive analytics. Then prescriptive. We have prescriptive analytics. Then we have cognitive analytics. So these are the types of data analytics. So that is how you determine on this average. The prescriptive, the average, that is me. Do you understand? Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, it's like you are the only one. Okay. Okay. So now
We can hear you, sir.
okay, that is good. Thank you. The descriptive average, mean, mood. They fall under the descriptive analytics. Then the diagnostic analytics. Why did it happen? Why did it happen? And data to understand the root cause.
So I can't hear you very well.
When you carry out the diagnostic analytics, you are trying to determine why what happened. Why did it happen? Do you get? Can you hear me?
Barely, sir.
No, sir. The network is fluctuating. It's fluctuating, sir.
See if we can. Let me try disconnect and reconnect again to see if we have better. Okay, hello, hear me now? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are explaining the diagnostic analysis. This determines what happened. Why did it happen? So analyzing data on the root cause. You use the root cause of an event. Determine why did it happen. Then the predictive analysis is all about what will happen. As the name indicates, predictive. What will happen? To predict future outcomes, predicting performance and forecasting sales. Use this to forecast sales. Then the predictive analytics. How can we make it happen? That is what the complete action based on data analysis, data optimizing market campaign, suggesting inventory levels. These are examples. Then the cognitive analytics. Cognitive is to make human
Sir, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know if the other person is hearing, but I can't hear you.
Same here, sir. We can't hear you.
Wow. Hello, can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now? So let me give you
Breaking, sir.
what this is. This it's all about what happened. What happened? Then the diagnostic. So diagnose. Why did it happen? Why did it happen? Then the predictive. The predictive. Ask the question. What will happen? Then the prescriptive. The prescriptive. Can we make it happen? How can we make it happen? How can we make it happen? Then the cognitive. The cognitive. The cognitive is to make human thoughts. But can you see, can you see screen? Hello? 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 Can you see my screen? It's empty. Okay. Hello, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I was just trying to explain the types of data analytics from the descriptive analytics, which we said it tried to answer the question of what happened. So this summarizes historical data to understand past trends and pattern, e.g. like sales reports, and mostly it is used in determining the average means from data sets. Then the diagnostic analytics, it tried to answer why did it happen? Why did it happen? Analyzing data to understand the root cause. At this stage, you analyze the data to understand the root cause of an event, e.g. identifying the reason for a decline in sales. Then we have the predictive. The predictive answer the question, try to ask the question of what will happen. What will happen? So the predictive, you use statistical models and machine learning techniques to predict future outcomes. The predictive analytics, you use it to predict the future outcomes. Then the prescriptive analytics, ask the question, how can we make it happen? How can we make it happen? This recommends actions based on data analysis to achieve desired outcomes. They recommend actions based on data analysis. That is the predictive analytics to achieve desired result. Then the cognitive analytics. The cognitive analytics is mimicking human thoughts to copy, to behave, and to mimic human thoughts. Processes to automate tasks. They learn from data and make decisions. Example of these are chatbots. Chatbots that copies human being. You input data and they try to make decision. They try to give you decision. So these are the cognitive analytics tools that we have. Sorry, the data analytics that we have. Is it clear now? Hello, do you get it?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. So any question? Any question? Okay. So if no questions, let's take this. Let's take the key concepts in data analytics. The key concepts in data analytics. Let's take it before the key concepts. Key concepts in data analytics. One, we have data mining. Data mining refers to discovering pattern and knowledge from large data sets using algorithm and techniques from statistics. That is data mining. We have two, machine learning. We have machine learning. Then we said a type of artificial intelligence. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that enables computer to learn from data without being explicitly programmed. So computers will be able to learn from data without being programmed. That's machine learning. Then three, we have supervised learning. Supervised learning. Supervised learning. This is a training. This is training a model on labeled data to predict outcome. You train a model on labeled data to predict outcome. That is the supervised learning. Train a model on labeled data to predict outcome. Then we have unsupervised. Unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning, discovering patterns and structures in an unlabeled data. So you see, in the supervised learning, it is labeled. You train the model on a label, you label the data so that it will predict the outcomes. But in the unsupervised learning, the structures is unlabeled. The data, the structured data is unlabeled. Then we have reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is training an agent to make decision in an environment to maximize a reward. This one is train in an environment to make decision to maximize a return or reward. 6, the artificial intelligence. Which is the AI, the artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence, also known as AI. The broader concept of creating intelligence machine. This one is all about creating intelligence machine that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. Now machines will begin to perform tasks like humans. That is the artificial intelligence, creating machines to perform tasks like humans. Then we have deep learning. Deep learning. A type of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks with multiple layers to analyze data. So in deep learning, the machine uses artificial neural networks with multiple layers now to analyze data. Also used in analyzing data. For this one, it used neural networks, artificial neural networks. Then data visualization. Visualization. So data visualization representing data in a graphical format to make it easier to understand. So now presenting it in graphs is the data visualization for easy understanding. For easy understanding. Graphical presentation of data for easy understanding is data visualization. Then data wrangling. Data wrangling. Data wrangling / cleaning. You clean data. The process of cleaning, transforming, and preparing data for analysis. That is the data cleaning. The process of cleaning data for data analysis. You remove the unwanted variables, the incomplete data, the data that may likely not going to fit in. You delete them, you clean them, and you complete those that are incomplete. That is data cleaning before running your analysis. And then the statistical analysis, that is complete. Statistical analysis. So statistical analysis is using statistic method to analyze data. You use statistic method to analyze data is what is referred to as statistical analysis. Then the last one is ETL. ETL, which stands for extract, transform, load. Extract, transform, load. The process of extracting data from various sources, transforming it into a consistent format is what is referred to as ETL, extract, transform, load. The process of extracting data from various sources and transforming it into a consistent format. Do you get it? Any question?
None from me, sir.
Okay. Please, is it clear? I'm sorry about the network, honestly. I've been changing positions. I've even changed, I don't know. I'm sorry about that. So if no question, we'll call it a day, yeah? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please, I'm sorry about the way the network has been acting.